As requested, we're looking here at reverse percentage changes. So let's go straight to it. It tells us that the value of a house increased by 6%. The house then had a value of £265,000. Okay, so what we had was, here was the original value, which is 100% of the original value. But then we add 6% on top of that. So now what we have is, this is basically telling us that 265,000 is equal to 1.06. There's 100%, there's the extra 6%, times the original value. And so at that point, all we need to do to get the original value is we divide the 1.06 out of both sides. Divide 1.06. And let's get an answer to that. So I'll have to split the screen. We'll open up our calculator. Okay, so we're doing 265,000 divided by 1.06. And we get this, there you go, 250,000, which is a pretty sensible amount. So that is £250,000. Again, I say sensible because I want you to bear in mind a sense check is a good way of making sure if your answer is correct. If it looks correct, then it probably is. And if it looks absolutely crazy, then it probably is. Next one, in a sale, the normal price of a book is reduced by 20%. So the sale price of the book is £4.80. Work out the normal price of the book. Now this time what we're talking about is it has decreased, so it is now worth less. So what we're saying basically is 4.80 is equal to, so if we've lost 20%, what we now have is, well, it was 100% of its own price, and now we lose 20%. So what we have is 80%. So that means that 4.8 is equal to 0.80, that's 80%, times the original price. So I'll just say P. So then, if we want to get the original price, all we do, follow our rules of calculations, 4.80 divide by 0.80. Now, I know you're probably screaming in horror at me writing decimals into a fraction, but it doesn't really matter very much for this. This is the kind of question you're likely to get in a calculator paper, but I'm going to just do it this way anyway. So that's the same as 48 divided by 8. Because what I'm doing is, if I times my numerator by 10 and my denominator by 10, well, this fraction just makes 1. So I'm not changing the value. What we get then is 48 divided by 8. And we can just do this on paper. 48 divided 8. So 8 into 4 doesn't go. Oh, 8 into 48. Well, 6 times 8 is 48, and that's it. Okay, so the value is £6. Again, create £6 for a book. Pretty sensible price. Reasonably cheap, but it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy big, crazy small. So that seems sensible. We're okay. The value of a litre of petrol increased by 8%. Then, so that's the value afterwards, cost £1.62. Work out the price of a litre of petrol before the increase. I'm going to give you a moment to think about how you might do this. So what we have is that £1.62 is equal to 108% of the original price. And remember, 108% is like writing 108 over 100, which gives us, written as a decimal then, 1.08 times the original price of the petrol. So, or gasoline if you're American. And so then we just rearrange that. P is equal to 1.62 divided by 1.08. I'm not going to do that on paper. I'm just going to do that using the calculator. So 1.62 divide 1.08. And there we go. A pretty sensible answer again. That gives me 1.5. 1.5. Strictly speaking, if we're being really, really careful about everything, we'll write 1.50. It's not going to kill you if you forget to write in the zero. £1.5 is still the same as £1.50. Going to skip ahead because the questions in this tend to get more difficult as we go through. So I'm going to look at something which is a bit more difficult. Yeah, we'll just do these last ones. So in a sale, the normal price of a car is reduced by 30%. The sale price of the car is £6,300. Okay, now if the price has lost 30%, well, that means that this price, 6,300, having lost 30%, is equal to 70% of the original price P. Okay, so remember, then we want to convert our percentage into a decimal, easy to work with. So it's 70 over 100. which times P, which is just 60, that's horrible. 6,300 is equal to 0.7p. And then we just divide the 0.7 away. P is equal to 6,300 divided by 0.7. I'm going to do this on paper. You can do it using a calculator. It's the same as 63,000 divided by 7. Okay, let's do that. 63,000. Let's use our bust up method. Divide by 7. 7 into 6 doesn't go. 7 into 63 goes 9 times. Then 7 to 0 goes 0 times. And what we have is then £9,000. Done. So that's in a nutshell. That's how you do these kinds of questions.